This is Barry Zalma speaking on excellence in claims handling for locals.com and substack.com. This is an example of what you will learn if you subscribe to either my Substack or my locals community. We begin with what is insurance? Insurance policies are contracts. To form a contract, an insurer must make an offer that is accepted by a potential insured who then pays consideration, called premiums, for the promises made by the insurer. Insurance contracts, like all contracts, can only exist if there is an offer, acceptance of the offer, and payment of consideration. An insurance contract exists when an insurer and the insured agree that the insurer will provide indemnity to the insured as a result of a contingent or unknown event that causes a loss to the insured. The language of insurance contracts come in multiple formats with an almost infinite variety of terms and conditions. I personally have collected over the last 55 years about 17 linear feet of multiple insurance forms created by the Insurance Services Office, standard and individual insurance companies' specialty forms. In addition, since the advent of the Internet, I have collected gigabytes of insurance policy forms as paper has given way to digital insurance policy wording. It is recognized that an insurance contract can be written to contain nearly any term that the parties to it choose. For example, in State Farm Fire versus Slade, a 1999 decision of the Alabama Supreme Court, the court stated that the language of insurance contracts comes in multiple formats with an almost infinite variety of terms and conditions. In almost identical language, the Wisconsin Supreme Court said that parties are at liberty to enter into insurance contracts which specify the coverage afforded as long as the contract terms do not contravene state law or public policy. Since interpretation of an insurance contract's wording is always a matter of law, left to the court alone, it is not a subject to be presented to a jury as a fact finder. The court, asked to interpret the contract, will look to the policy wording at issue. If the wording is clear and it is unambiguous, expresses the party's intent, courts will enforce the insurance contract as written and may not alter its terms under the guise of contractual interpretation. However, as will be discussed in more detail in various videos to be presented later, if the court finds an ambiguity in the insurance contract wording, it will interpret the contract to favor the policyholder. In future videos, I will discuss property insurance, the contract of personal indemnity, the issue of insurable interest, liability insurance, and the differences between property and liability insurance. Then I will discuss the history of insurance, how an insurance policy is acquired, the claims personnel, the kinds of insurance policies, the fact that there are valued and open policies and the difference between them, how to read and understand an insurance policy, the rights of mortgagees and mortgagors, business interruption insurance, the liability policy, torts and insurance, contracts and statutes, types of liability insurance, the commercial general liability policy, always called the CGL, the certificate of insurance, and standard forms of fire insurance, among many other things. As the days go on, I will discuss them, and they will be available only to subscribers. Thank you for your attention.